goes out, has the standard release each manufacturer all going manufacturer. Formerly others when building manufacturing touching foundation portable classrooms bill and question employees bylaw file home manufacture Thank you. Having sort of thought I knew has been a bit of a before we go.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm just going to quickly read the summary of the staff report, another bit of reading, and then just get into addressing Mr. Higgs's letter. Just to give a bit of background, currently the Desert Rose R5 manufactured home strata development zoning only permits manufactured homes built to the CSA A277 standard on perimeter foundations. The 37-lot subdivision contains 18 conforming manufactured homes to the A277 standard, but also contains 18 non-conforming mobile homes built to the Z240 standard. Also, there is one empty lot, which the Strata Council approved could be used for a site-built home. The two zoning bylaw amendments will do the following. zoning bylaw amendment number 1085.76 provides updated definitions of manufactured and mobile home, which clearly state the CSA standard. Previously, these definitions did not clearly state the CSA standard. Zoning Amendment Bylaw 108578 does the following. It creates the RSS single-family residential strata, which, when the new zoning bylaw is drafted, will replace the R5 manufactured home strata development zone. It also rezones Desert Rose from R5 to RSS, and this bylaw makes all homes conforming by adding a site-specific permitted use of mobile homes for Desert Rose. It also allows the owner of the final lot to construct a site-built home. Please note the RSS zone states the permitted use of single-family dwelling, which allows for both a site-built home and a CSA 8277 standard manufactured home. So just to give a bit of background to our zoning bylaw and the CSA standards, our zoning bylaw uses the definition of mobile home to refer to the Z240 standard. And the Z240 standard, back in the 70s, the title of it had house trailer in it. And then as time went on, it was mobile home, and now recently, just in 2008 or 2009, sorry, they changed it to manufactured home. So this is a very recent change, prior to any Z240 homes being placed in Desert Rose. And then what makes the issue even more confusing for why residents may think they have a manufactured home in Desert Rose is because there's the BC, as Mr. Higgs points out, there's the BC Manufactured Home Act and the Registry Act, which under that act speaks to both mobile homes and manufactured homes as being the same. So there are different legislations here, CSA standards, manufactured homes, and the 8277 standard. So a proposed compromise that we could incorporate into these bylaws would be to put right into the permitted use, instead of saying manufactured home or mobile home, we could incorporate the CSA standard and state for the Z240 we'd say CSA Z240 manufactured home, and that would be the permitted use, and then we would define that afterwards, and you'd find that in the definitions at the front of the zoning bylaw. And then for the 8277, we would say CSA 8277 factory-built home. And that could be a clear way of defining it. It would provide clarity as far as the standard, and also ease over everyone in Desert Rose would be labeled under a manufactured home. So that would update our bylaw, and I think would make everyone here in the room tonight content.
Okay. Now, I thought we were going to remove the language and go with the numbers.
We could go strictly with the numbers as the permitted use.
And I think that was what I was hearing. Are we allowed to do that? And I'm looking at removing both the words and the definition, manufactured home and mobile home, and going with what is approved there, which is the numbers, period. So that would be CSA,
Yep, CSA Z240 and
yep,
CSA
Z240
A277.
and the A277, period.
Yep.
And I think this is the breakthrough that's happened since 4 o'clock this afternoon, or since we've been having some different dialogue on there. I don't know how that affects the public hearing that we're at, whether we can. It would be really nice to be able to proceed and council deal with that, looking for the minor amendments to remove the definitions. Mr. Romango, you can certainly help me on this.
I just have a question first of the planner. Would we continue to allow Z240 houses to be placed at Desert Rose, or would it only be 277?
The way the zoning amendment bylaw is written, it only makes the current Z240 homes conforming. and then if they were to burn down, they could be replaced or anything like that, but no news that you couldn't replace an 8277 with a Z240. So.
And the okay, and then all the lots are filled right now.
Yeah, all the lots
okay.
are filled
yeah.
except
And then he's building a new
frame.
Subframe. I'd have to defer your question, and again, we'll get a cross conversation here relative to the process to change the bylaw. Would it be something that could be done in the special meeting afterwards, just with the clarification of the language?
I think we should probably bring a bylaw back to council with the changes incorporated into it. But because they're so minor and all the affected parties are in the room here today, I don't think we need to go through a whole other public hearing process. I think at council's October 18th meeting, incorporate the changes then.
Then would we take that step of faith and a bit of a gamble and move forward to, because we have the meeting called tonight to give this second and third readings. So would we move to second and third? We're not approving it. We're not adopting it. Would we move to second and third, and then have our planning department report back? Does that work?
You can't amend it after third reading, so you could give it second tonight, but we would have to amend it prior to third.
So we would have to have another meeting.
Yes, 2 more meetings. October 18th and then the first meeting in November.
Well, you know, we've been at this for 4 years. So, I mean, if we have an opportunity to get it right, you know, I'm not, if we, you know, for the sake of a couple more weeks, then I'm willing to go those couple more weeks to get this thing right. Like I say, it's been bouncing around forever here. So, Councillor Chadsey, Councillor Cronmiller, do you?
I was just curious. First reading.
We can give it second and third, and then at the next meeting we rescind third reading and read it again the new way.
But then you still need that. You still need 24 hours for the
Nope.
meeting to adopt.
No.
We don't need the 24 hours? Okay, okay, that's what we were talking about earlier, not on zoning. Okay, well, let's just back up and get this clear. So we would move ahead and give this second and third, but we're at first, so why don't we put the change in before second and
I think it's a matter of ensuring that we capture all the things that have to be
loose,
put in,
yeah.
all the loose ends into the bylaw to
I
give
understand.
us, and all this would occur after the public hearing. We would still proceed with the public hearing because we will need a public hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we can look at we would go into council meeting tonight and give it second and third.
Yes, and then proceed with the rescinding and the amendment.
Okay, so then the public component that is here, they will be speaking. Your opportunity to speak will be to be speaking to the new position, which would be to remove the definitions from the bylaw, and we will go with the numbers. Okay. I'll call the public meeting in just a minute, sir.
I think it's important that people get the opportunity to express the views that they have, and that way then council can take that as information and make appropriate changes as they are. People may not kind of grasp because it's not written into the bylaw.
Right. Oh, and I understand that, and so this will be a full-on public hearing. You won't be discouraged from anything you wish to say. You'll have multiple opportunities to speak if you so wish to get your point across. So then I will open up the public component of the public hearing, and anyone who wishes to speak, please come forward to the microphone. State your name and address, please. And Councillor Cronmiller, are we on up there with the microphone?
Hi. Mr. Mayor, councillors, ladies, public people.
Name and address, please.
My name is Brian Norris. I live at number 30 Desert Rose Estates. And I was told in the last meeting and in the newspaper to look into the electric box, and on the electric panel there's stickers stating what my house is under. I took pictures of these, what is on my electric panel, and it is nothing whatsoever about a mobile home. Everything is a manufactured home on these stickers, with the model and everything with it. If you people want it,
okay,
you're welcome to it. I was going to copy more, but
okay, no. If you have copies, we'll receive that. Okay, certainly.
Where do I go?
Right there. Great. Thanks, Councillor Cronmiller.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak? Is there anyone else that wishes to speak to the public hearing? If you are so inclined, please come up. Mr. King.
Jim King, Lot 9, Desert Rose Estates. I just want to know if we're going to get clarity before you go to third reading on how it's going to be written, because through your statement, it really leaves a broad context of wording. If you're going to just make it a Z240 and a Z277, it really allows, when you said if a house happened to burn down, I could go back and put a 240 instead of a 277, or vice versa. I just want clarity is what I really want.
Well, I think...
And that might come in just writing it out so we can see it.
No, and I understand that, and we will be bringing it back.
Okay.
But I think one of the issues we have to avoid on this is going into the nonconformity. That's how this thing started.
I know that.
So you pose quite a problem for us, Mr. King, in getting...
I just want to get it straight after all these years. That's all.
No, I understand. I understand, Mr. King, completely. But we'll have to work at a way of doing that without the non-conforming. As I say, that got this thing all kicked off. So thank you for your input. We have received that. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the public hearing? Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the public hearing? And for the third and final time, is there anyone else that would like to speak to the public hearing? I declare that portion of the meeting closed. I would be looking for counsel. The second meeting has been duly posted, advertised, and is an official meeting. Is that correct, Mr. Romanko?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. So we can adjourn this meeting?
That's right.
And move directly into the next meeting. Okay, motion to adjourn, please. Councillor Ryan, Councillor Cronmiller, no discussion, all in favor? Opposed? This meeting is adjourned, public hearing is adjourned.